Okay, so what you're looking at is the original kit that I ordered for my 2020 Challenger RT. And what you need to pay attention to is look at the size of these hoses and the fact that I actually ordered the Z bracket, which is this piece right here hanging off the end, and that's not required. So that's very important when you go to order this from Billet Technologies. Do not order the Z bracket with it. Their website is very ambiguous on this because it says like 2015 through 2017, but it doesn't say 2020. So you assume that if it doesn't say 2020 that you need to order the Z bracket. They needed to update their website. So when I first tried to put it on the car, I made that discovery. And the reason the Z bracket can't work is because if you try and install it the way they tell you to with the bolt in the front, the filter and everything's so high that you cannot put the engine cover, the 5.7 liter engine cover, on it. So I called them up. I told them my problem. They said, well, you need to remove the Z bracket. So I'm going to take the Z bracket off. Okay, so the Z bracket is off. They all said I'm going to need longer hoses. So here are the two longer hoses they shipped me back from Billet Technologies. You can see they're somewhat longer. Also, you're going to need what they call as a stop nut, so when you put this on the car. And you can definitely see the difference length in the hoses there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start the install on it, and I'll continue recording from there. Okay, so now this is the engine cover I was talking about right here. This is the one, if you try to use the Z bracket on it, you can't put the Z bracket down. So I'm going to lift the engine cover off, like so. Now, on the normal install, they tell you to pull this out right here. This is actually just a plastic stay, and then thread it in there with the Z bracket. We're not going to do that. Today, we're going to attach it directly to here, to this bolt in the front, and then we're going to run the hoses, and then we're going to see if we have to modify the engine cover to make it fit. All right? Okay, so I'm going to take the oil catch can off here. It says to thread this on to here like so. And then it says to thread this on 4 turns. Because that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4. Now, I just hit the lower piece right here once. I'm going to go ahead and take it a 5th turn. There you go. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and snug this nut up to here. I'll leave it a little loose for right now. All right, that looks like it'll work. And go ahead and screw the oil can back on again. All right, and now I'm going to go ahead and lock it off. Okay, so I finally got the nut tightened down on that. I had to actually pull off the map sensor here for that. So now I'm going to disconnect this. Now, I'll be honest with you, I had the support once. I had to take a screwdriver, a little screwdriver, and pry up on the ends here to get this to unplug. So hopefully it'll still be loose from the last time that I did it. There we go. And this one just comes off like so. See, that came off really easy. Trust me, if it's the first time you're taking it off the car, you're going to have a lot more problems than that. I had to take a screwdriver and put it in each side and loosen up the hoses for it. Well, they want me to use these brass fittings, and I don't know if I want to use the brass fittings, so I'm going to just try and just do the hose directly into it. Which one's the longest one here? Okay, well, this is the longer of the two, so let's go with this one here. And we'll slide it on here. Hopefully it'll fit.
Soap?
Yeah, I can get some soap to put this on, make it a little easier. All right, so I'm using a little bit of soap here for the lubricant on both ends of the hose. Hopefully that'll make it a little easier to slide on and off. PVC tube here. It's going. Almost there. All right, so that's about 1/2 inch inside there. That should be pretty good. Take it over here. Yeah, this looks kind of big on this side. So I'm gonna take and trim that down now. All right, so got the hoses routed. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that on this stud here, but it looks like everything's in place. Took a little bit of twisting, a little bit of, carefulness to get it on properly, but I think it's gonna fit. There we go. Connect that back up again. All right, let me see if the engine cover will fit on it now. No matter how hard I've tried. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and just cut this piece right here, just a little bit off of here, and see if that'll let it sit on the engine, because the hose is actually blocking it from going down. There, okay? Okay, so had to do a little bit of trimming here to get this to fit down properly on the hose, but I didn't have to do anything as far as, other than modify the engine cover right here to get it to go by. But it's in place, everything's working. My helper's going to start the car. Hopefully not run me over. Oh, that's a beautiful sound, isn't it? Just checking for pressure leaks. No pressure leaks. All right, well, it's a little more involved than what they make it look like on the website, but it's supposed to be good for the engine. We'll see. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.